welcome back to the channel. Up bright and early today. Well, not so bright, which is unfortunate, but blast myself with a 10,000 lux light. Would highly recommend that in the winter. Or option 2, go full Star Trek mode. Get a pair of these. They're called AYO glasses. Pretty sick stuff. They blast your eyes with a blue light, which is pretty damn cool. So gonna hydrate, get the element creatine in, probably make my shake in a bit, and then we get the day started. Full day of eating today. Let's go. Alright, welcome back to a full day of eating on the bulk. So like I said last video, we're in a little bit of a maintenance phase right now, just tidying up the physique a little bit. So calories are back at maintenance. So right now 2,500. So that's the day of eating I'm going to run you guys through today. Obviously we're still prioritizing those macros, whole foods, because you will only adapt to the degree you are healthy. So morning start off pretty damn good. Red light, like you saw, we unfortunately did not get any morning sun, but that's why we got the 10,000 lux light and those Star Trek glasses. But then hit up the sauna. I've been trying that out in the morning routine, feeling it out. I've been liking it so far. I've been doing it for about a week. So get up, red light, walk, sauna, back, shower, get meal one ready, and starving at this point. So let's get this cooked up. Come on. Alright, so we got the pre-workout meal, first meal of the day. 150 grams of sourdough with 3 whole eggs, some sauerkraut on top, and then 100 grams of kimchi. So the macros for this meal, 667 calories, 36 grams of protein, 85 grams of carbs, and 19 grams of fat. So pretty solid amount of carbs for the pre-workout meal. Protein's pretty much a staple across all my meals, like 35 to 45 grams per meal. About there. And fats are a little bit high for a pre-workout meal, so I'll wait 2 hours until I train. If, let's say, fats were like a little lower, like 10 grams potentially, I would go about an hour, hour and a half, but fats do slow digestion, so you want to give yourself some time to do that. This meal, now looking at it, would probably look super aesthetic on the cutting board as well, so maybe next video will be the chopping board warrior. But yeah, gonna get this down, then in between that 2 hours, gonna go ahead to the coffee shop, get some client work done, and then train.
Spotted a dime at the corner of my eye. She got enough man on the line, back just poking like a knife. I think she tryna get my line. Demon with the angel eyes. Maybe I'm hypnotized, but why am I thinking twice? Yo, 2-man step, I got my ting on me, so don't even.
Alright, session's done. Love a little Saturday lower arms and delts. Quite the fun workout, I must say. So now, post-workout time, we got the rice cooking up for this meal and the next meal. And then we got 140 grams of chicken breast. Woo! Getting done up. And then 200 grams cucumber with this, some pineapple, and some extra virgin olive oil.
Come and get it.
Alright, so the macros for the post-workout meal are 40 grams of protein, 80 grams of carbs, and then 16 grams of fat. So just a tiny bit lower carbs than the pre-workout meal. Usually I do program with clients the post-workout meal as the highest carbohydrate meal of the day, just because you're a little bit more sensitive to uptake carbs in that window. But it's not that deep. Also, I like this meal, super easy to cook up, just takes me literally 10-15 minutes. If I put the rice cooker on in the morning, even less time, 5 minutes if I speed run it. So yeah, super simple, super easy, tastes amazing. Of course, got the extra virgin olive oil on there as the fat source from Blueprint, which is Brian Johnson, the guy trying to live to I don't know, trying to live to don't die, essentially trying to live to fucking 180, 190, 200, who knows. But big fan of his mission, I guess, just to, I mean, optimal health, but also extend your life as long as possible at the same time. So while right now in my life, very much bodybuilding focused, physique development focused. Can see myself transitioning down the line when I reach, 30s, 40s, to more of the stuff that he's doing for longevity purposes. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Big fan of that. Also been just putting my parents on all that stuff as well. So might as well support the guy. Get his not that he needs it, to be honest. He already sold his company for however many millions, but get his extra virgin olive oil, because he does make a good point that a lot of the extra virgin olive oils on the market don't have quite what they say is in it. So yeah, got that lab tested stuff. That's how we do it out here. I'm gonna get this meal down, catch up on some slow horses, because I'm a little behind on that. I know episode comes out every Wednesday, so got to get caught up, and then do a little more work. We're gonna film podcasts, so if you haven't already, check out the podcast, link in the description. Some cool shit coming out this week, and yeah, we'll get to it. Rest of the day going. All right, third meal of the day. We got, again, jasmine rice. I air fried some top sirloin steak. I cut them up into little bits, and then I put them in the air fryer. Come out really good. And then some banana as well. About 120 grams of banana. Like one banana is about 100-ish grams, so I just rock with that. And I like putting it in the pan first. This is quite the elite cooking tip. So mixing your meals in the pan, especially with the banana. Put a little avocado oil in there, and kind of caramelizes the banana, which makes it unbelievable. So this is definitely one of my favorite meals. Gonna put some kimchi on this one as well. I do kimchi on 2 of my meals. Did sauerkraut on my first meal, and then last meal sometimes I'll have kefir with yogurt. So we're getting a total of 4 fermented foods per day. But today we're gonna go with something different for the final meal of the day, which you guys will see. So the macros for this meal, pardon the hair as well. The motorcycle helmet will that'll do it to you. So do for a haircut as well. But macros for this meal: 38 grams of protein, 60 grams of carbs, and 20 grams of fat. So pretty good meal. And a tip for I guess bulking. I assume most people are starting their bulking phases now, or going to shortly. So one tip would be make your meals taste good, because there's nothing worse than, like, especially when your calories are getting up there, just shoveling the food down and just not having it at all. Like, I've been there. My first bulk, like first year uni, which is 3-4 years ago now, my meals were just straight chicken, rice, broccoli, no variety, which not optimal for the gut health. Your microbiome thrives on variety, so definitely get variety in there. Decent amount of fruit, but yeah, just wasn't that enjoyable. Didn't really enjoy the bulk. Versus now, I love all my meals. Like, I look forward to each one of my meals. I have my Ninja Creamy, which I look forward to on rest days, which I'll do a rest day, full day of eating one of these days, because Ninja Creamy absolutely slaps. Then I got the cream of rice with it, so it's like a chocolate cake brownie with ice cream. Crazy. But yeah, I enjoy all my meals, and that's one thing I would say for everybody bulking. Put some effort into your meals. It doesn't need to take a long time at all. Like, you've seen me cook up these meals. It takes me, the rice was already ready. It took me, I air fried the steak, the top sirloin. It took me 10 minutes, and that was just the air frying portion. Then whip them up in the pan, cut the banana in there, and good to go. So that is one thing I would say for sure. I wish I did better earlier on, just because it'll make the process so much more enjoyable. All right, last meal of the day. We got some homemade fish and chips. So we're going with some salmon, wild salmon. Got to emphasize that point. If you have never seen how farm salmon is raised, right now go watch, well, after this video, look up how farm salmon is raised on YouTube. I swear to God, you'll never touch that shit again. So we got wild salmon. It's about 200 grams per pack. I kind of just use the same one. So got the nice and standardized. We're gonna season it with some smoked paprika. We got some, I'm a big fan of basil actually. I tried it out recently. I used to do oregano. I still quite like oregano, but a little basil, a little garlic powder, and then some black pepper. We're chefing it up over here. So this combo, quite good. Then I'm gonna throw it in the air fryer. Oh, forgot to mention, before I put it on here, and the avocado oil, I did put some lemon juice on it. So keep that in mind. Spread it out like this, and then once the potatoes, fish and chips, the chips, as the UK, the Brits call it, are done. Gonna throw this in the air fryer, and I personally like it crispy on the outside, then like nice on the inside. So we shall see you when it is ready. Alright, last meal of the day. Quite the lovely fish and chips with some Brussels sprouts, some extra virgin olive oil on top as well. So macros are 40 grams of protein, 70 grams of carbs, and 18 grams of fat. So quite the nice way to wrap up the evening. And before I wrap this video up, I just want to touch on something real quick, because I know somebody is gonna comment about that, or at least they're thinking it, and that's the whole IFYM thing, like if it fits your macros. And to be honest, not a fan. Not a fan. I'm just not. I know a lot of people love it because it sounds flexible and whatever. You can fit in pizza, you can fit in ice cream, all that. But the thing that people miss is we're not just talking about hitting your macros. We're talking about micronutrients as well. We're talking about like your hormonal profile, your gut health. Like all these things matter quite a bit. If you're smashing like a bunch of ultra processed foods all day just because they fit your macros, the chances you're deficient in a bunch of micronutrients quite high. So your hormonal profile is not going to be optimal. So if you're deficient in zinc or magnesium or vitamin D, your testosterone is not going to be optimized. So we could talk about ultra processed foods and their impact on gut health as well, like intestinal permeability, leaky gut, all that sort of stuff. It's very real. There's real data out there. So as your calories get higher during your bulk, again, they will get higher. It's the whole point. You'll still see me sticking with whole foods. You'll still see I program for my clients. I have a client on 4,000 calories. We're still eating 90% of his diet is whole foods. I know, and it's beyond achievable. So easy to do, and like you're going to have better results from it. You're going to have better recovery. You're going to have better performance. You're going to have better energy, better everything. Now, will having some Rice Krispies or something like that with one of your meals have a major impact? Definitely not. I'm not one of those guys that says all the time, whole foods, you need to follow that optimal human diet or whatever. Hey, people have some loud cars over here, man, but you don't need to be perfect. That's not what I'm saying. There's a lot of people in my feed that are like, only whole foods. Like, I mean, a lot of stuff that Saladino pitches as well, even though it worked for him, and that's fantastic. I do think there's a fine line between going overboard, unless that's what you want to do. More power to you. If you just want to go straight, let's say, like meat and fruit diet, or I wouldn't cut out vegetables personally unless you have an issue with vegetables, but if you want to just go straight whole foods, that's amazing. But especially when you're bulking, if you go too far the other way, that can lead to some problems digestively, which is most commonly where you see them. You're also not going to be hitting your macros, which even more important as well. And it's not hard to do. Like I said, I got a client on 4,000 calories. We're eating 95% of his diet whole foods. We're leveraging things like fruit juices, dried fruit, honey, jam potentially, that sort of thing, because they're still relatively whole foods. They're just more calorically dense, so they're easier to get down when eating a lot of stuff in your face. But I'm not sitting there eating like Pop-Tarts and McDonald's and whatever and thinking that's optimal just because it fits my macros, because it's definitely not. And I think deep down most people know that by now, at least. So yeah, prioritize whole foods majority of the time. Your body will thank you for it. Your gut will thank you for it. Your hormones, your energy. You'll just feel better, which means you feel better, you'll train better, you'll recover better, you build more muscle, you have a better mood, all good things. So all the things we want. Anyway, solid full day of eats. Got the Olympia tomorrow. Samson for the dub. So much love. See you in the next one. Peace.